Hey everyone, this is Norvellcentral coming back at you with another YouTube video. And this time again, we are going through an offensive lineman transfer that I'm going to be discussing today. And this is Charlotte offensive lineman dmitriemmanuel. And he is actually from Charlotte, where Alex Atkins was coaching at previously before. He was actually the offensive coordinator slash offensive line coach there at 2019. And Emmanuel actually was able to start during those processes. And he started at both of the tackle positions and at guard. He was actually listed as a tackle position for that whenever he entered the portal. And the interesting thing about him is he's already played through about 1,500 career snaps. He's had 24 consecutive career starts so far. And it's really a level of stability for Florida State going forward. Now, how does his field of play really translate to the Power 5 level? Well, according to Pro Football Focus, he does have a 69.1 grade so far, and specifically his pass blocking grade is really good at 76.5. And this is where Florida State is really going to have to hone in on trying to get transfers. I know we've heard about it before with Amarius Mims. You know, we all heard about that because he went to Georgia. Then he transferred. He entered the transfer portal. He visited Florida State. Visit went really well. Close friend passed away, and then next thing you know, he's back at Georgia. Was a big blow to Florida State in terms of just trying to get more help on the offensive line. So in reality, right now, you have about six quality offensive linemen that you really trust and really know that what you're getting out of those six. And that's with Robert Scott, Dylan Gibbons, Caden Lyles, Darius Washington, Bless Harris, and Maurice Smith. Those are your six that you really are honing in on to make sure that they are the best possible options that you have. Now, past that, you know, you may go to a guy like Bryson Estes. You may go to a guy like Thomas Schrader. You may even go to one of the freshmen. You may go to Lloyd Willis if he's ready to kind of convert and develop as their right or. There's just a lot of options at the offensive line. I think they have 17 scholarship offensive linemen, and you're just trying to find the right fit. And right now, six offensive linemen is probably not going to do you any good because last season you saw what happened when you had 6 or 7 quality offensive linemen. Injuries started stacking up, and then the next thing you know, you're having to play guys that aren't really comfortable playing just yet. You know, we even saw a struggle with Zane Herring. Maybe he's able to step up this season. It's just a lot of different things that you have to kind of factor in. Now, with Emmanuel's size right now, he's a 6'2", 306-pound offensive lineman. He was a tackle at Charlotte, specifically right tackle is where he primarily played, but I just don't see him converting over to that tackle spot. I think he's going to be more of an offensive guard, and I think that really fits well for what Florida State is because in reality, we were going to be trying to flip over Darius Washington to put him at guard so that way it can kind of fill a void of certain positions, and that way Bless Harris could be able to start. Unfortunately, you know, with Amarius Mims, if he would have come to Florida State, he would have been able to go into that guard position and been right at home. And then you would have 7 quality offensive linemen right there. You would still have 7 quality offensive linemen in this trait. But I will say that it's going to be a less and step down of a tier in terms of offensive lineman talent in the portal. And right now, I mean, everybody in the country is looking for talented offensive linemen. I mean, that's just how the position is. And Florida State missed out on a big opportunity with Amarius Mims. Most of that was because of circumstances. But like I said, I mean, we're all at fault at the end of the day, and we just have to keep moving on to the next position and go on to the next journey that we have. But just overall, I think he is a viable target that Florida State can go after right now. I believe he's following Alex Atkins, which he already was on Twitter, following Derek Ray, also Matty McCormick, Mike Norvell. He's also getting some of the offensive line recruiting analysts on there as well. There's just a lot of guys that are trying to get involved with that. They're going through the process and doing their homework on this guy and trying to make sure that this is the right fit for us. With the portal going on, I mean, you got a guy like Jonah Miller out of Oregon that can be a factor. The guy from South Carolina, the offensive tackle there. There's just not a lot of big plays going forward there, and you're just trying to figure out different key spots that you have. You may even talked about the Arizona State guard that entered the portal. So there's a couple of options, but they're not really quality options like Emmanuel is. And, you know, you look at the 24 career starts, and I understand that it's from a Charlotte perspective and it's a non-Power 5 conference there. But, with the 76.5 pass blocking is very, very impressive considering that he only had 7 quarterback pressures all season long. And, I mean, you really have to think about the certain instances that you have, especially at the right tackle position. You're faced with a lot of adversity at times. And Florida State's offensive line cannot afford to have any injuries. Now, can a guy like Kenai Charlton or, even a Dalton Richardson, with them being early enrollees coming in and stepping in? Sure. Can a Quayshawn Sapp, Jalen Early, a Julian Armella, can those guys even step up? Maybe even Antavius Woody if he decides to come in. Yeah, that could be possible, but it's a lot of question marks. I mean, you're even seeing a guy like Lloyd Willis that's 6'7", 300 pounds, and he really hasn't fixed into that rotation just yet, and it's kind of worrisome. Even when you look at a guy like Caden Lyles that they brought in from Wisconsin, he's not even really a sure bet to start right away. I mean, Marie Smith still has a hold in on that competition, and it could be a long, long season for Florida State going forward, especially on the offensive end with Jordan Travis protecting him and just how this offense goes. I think you have to stay healthy on the offensive line, and you have to get as many quality bodies as you can. It's not all about being 6'7", and 300 pounds and just throw bodies at a position. We've done that for years, and it's starting to be a time where Florida State has to come in and they have to produce quality offensive lineman talent throughout the transfer portal and also in the recruiting trail as well. So there's going to have to be a lot of things that Florida State's going to have to address this season. I think it's going to have to be an interior offensive lineman and an offensive tackle. I think you're probably going to have to take two. Maybe you take just one and hope that one of those freshmen or maybe even an upperclassman that kind of does a little bit better. But just overall, it's going to have to be fixed. And Alex Atkins knows as well as anybody that the Armarius Mims situation really hurt in this situation. But hopefully we're able to kind of bounce back and be able to get some good news in that front. But since he is a grad transfer and everything is kind of going to that, he didn't really have to declare before the May 1st transfer portal withdrawn there. So that's going to have to be something you have to watch out for there. He has a lot of time to think about it, and I believe Florida State's classes begin on May the 9th, so that is something to watch out for there. So it's going to have to be kind of done a little bit quickly, but given that we haven't seen any visit plans just yet for him, it could be an opportunity for Alex Atkins to get involved with his former players that he had there, and also a way that Florida State can kind of get involved. But I think thank everyone for watching the video today. I really hope that you all enjoyed. Please like the video, comment your thoughts, even if they're about Armarius Mims. I mean, you have to do the best you can, and I know it's very frustrating, the situation there, and I hate having to talk about another offensive lineman transfer, but I will say this, Florida State's in desperate need of it. So